So Denis, how did it all start?
One August evening in 2019, while I was looking for a lost item in my grandfather's attic, I discovered an old radio, pretty damaged. It didn't even look like it was ever going to start and function again, but it looked interesting. The device did not even have a plug, so I decided to take it into my room. I work in IT and technology is my passion, so I took it as a new challenge to fix that old radio. I started working on it, trying to fix it, and it took me a few good hours, but I finally did it. I felt so happy when the radio turned on. It felt like my grandfather was still alive. My whole childhood, during the day spent at the country, I woke up listening to the old folk music that played at this very old radio, and that could be heard everywhere across the yard. And the fact that it worked again, I don't know, I felt happy. I felt so happy. I was reliving my childhood once again. But the happiness wasn't going to last. For a few minutes, the radio played the old radio program. You know, the one my grandfather used to listen to. But then the sound started to treble. And then stopped. It was then when I heard for the first time a mysterious and intriguing sound. It sounded like a slow heartbeat. And the sound changed, and it started to sound like the wind. It was something more than that. A voice, something vague. And I tried to get a better frequency. Slowly, that disturbing sound, which I'm convinced was kind of a gem, disappeared and just a voice was left. You see, the sound quality improved and you could hear a voice, repeating something at first, but not understandable.
Was that a human voice? A male? Perhaps a female?
I'm not sure. It sounded neutral. You know when someone unknown calls you and you can't really tell if they're a female or a male on the phone?
What language have you recognized?
At first, it was any other language except for those that I know. It sounded a bit like the Arabic languages, which I have heard before around town, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't any Arabic in it. As I said, there were some repetitive sounds. Then the voice started speaking in English, saying, "Tera, please answer. If you receive this message, please reply." And I was really intrigued. I mean, who speaks like that? "Tera, please answer." After a while, I realized that the radio was only able to receive the message. It has no microphone that I could have used to answer. The voice kept sending the same message. "Tera, please answer. If you receive this message, please reply." I couldn't do anything. Resigned, I listened to that voice that kept repeating itself for 19 minutes. Then the radio went silent and got the usual frequency.
Did you realize at the moment the severity of the situation?
Honestly, no, I didn't. I just felt that I missed something big and phenomenal. But the truth is that I did not believe that I just missed the first contact with an alien.
And what did you do after all?
Well, the next day I took the radio to a service and asked to turn it into a transmission station.
But why didn't you buy another one, a new one?
I'm not really sure. Something told me that that's the only one that could receive the mysterious frequency. You know, the surprise came in when the guy from the service told me that this device is already capable of receiving and sending. Basically, I just needed a microphone attached to it.
So, have someone already used that device in this purpose before?
It is possible. I mean, the guy from the service told me that it could have been a station of the anti-communist partisans. You see, my grandfather had bought this radio from someone who lived in a village where the anti-communist partisans have been really active. The anti-communist partisans communicated with the people from that village by various means, and often, to hide from the authorities, the people had to hide their stations in the radios.
Okay, so is it possible for the owner to perhaps have communicated with aliens before?
Well, you will find this answer later, but what I can say is that whenever I was around, I used to turn on the radio on the frequency that I first received the mysterious message, but nothing really happened. And you see, at some point I was on the edge of losing every hope. I used to turn on the radio by default, not really waiting for something to happen. And then, during a boring evening at the end of February,
Terra, please answer. If you receive this message, please reply.
Terra here.